Hey folks, David Stewart here. Don't forget to check out the King Leper hardback. Get yourself a signed copy. I added a few more signed copies in there. Anyway, today, let's talk about tribalism. This is an important topic. I've talked about it before, but I think it's more relevant to talk about it now than ever because it is a very good and very robust explanation for a lot of behavior that isn't easily explainable through ideology right now. So I'll give you a really concrete example of what's happening right now, which is people vandalizing Tesla automobiles, flipping off people who drive Teslas, burning Teslas, attacking repair shops, and doing terroristic kinds of property damage against dealerships and individuals. Why is this happening? Why are leftists doing this? You know, it's the left that's doing it, not the right, because the right never does this stuff. Not in America, not recently anyways. And the left has always been a little bit more terroristic with its action, and a lot more individuals have just kind of taken it on themselves to do things, going all the way back to like the 60s with like the Weather Underground, and even further back if you want to like pull out more examples. Anyway, but why are they doing this when Tesla makes electric vehicles? Because for as long as I've been an adult, and indeed way into my childhood, I remember the solution for the problem of global warming. Maybe before that, maybe it was global cooling, right? The problem of burning too much fossil fuels and putting too much carbon in the atmosphere, or before that, too much soot in the atmosphere, right, was electric vehicles. If we can get electric vehicles, that will clean up the air. Really important. There's been a push to subsidize electric vehicles, to get electric vehicles in people's hands, to make them buy electric vehicles. Why would they now be vandalizing those electric vehicles, destroying the electric vehicles, attacking people who drive the electric vehicles, discouraging them from driving the electric vehicles? Well, it's because the face of the Tesla Corporation is Elon Musk, and Elon Musk switched tribes. He went from the lefty tribe to the righty tribe, and the righty tribe now is really kind of a coalition. It doesn't really resemble the old Republican Guard very much at all, but it's a coalition of people who are more reform-minded, let's say. So he joined this one. He endorsed Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the devil. And because he's allied with the devil, now he is the devil as well. And because he has a company that sells cars, and those cars are everywhere, those cars are now targets for tribal warfare. And the people that are in them must belong to the other tribe because they're buying a car from a guy who belongs to the bad tribe. So they are also targets for tribal warfare, both small and petty, right? You see someone flipping someone off in a Tesla. It's like an Oakland Raiders fan driving by a 49ers fan and hollering at them and flipping them off, or like, University of Florida and University of Miami, or whatever, Florida State, right? And you drive by and you flip them off. Arizona State. I'm trying to think of like UCLA and USC, right? Like these little rivalries, they're little tribal rivalries. It's that, except deeper and more profound. So that's what they're doing, is that even though this is a really petty sort of thing to do, they feel morally justified by doing it. It gives them the correct moral feelings. They're operating on a moral level, right? They're not just operating on a logical level. This is not a logical thing. So trying to destroy Tesla is merely part of the tribal warfare, and you can destroy it any way you want. What can you as an individual do? Well, you can vandalize people's Teslas to discourage them from buying Teslas. You can blow up Teslas in order to get rid of the Teslas and hurt Elon Musk and hurt Donald Trump and hurt the evil Republicans. That's what you can do as a loyal foot soldier of the tribe. So that's what's going on, right? It makes no ideological sense, but the truth is, and this is the thesis that I probably should have started with, is ideology is subservient to the tribe. If the tribe has needs, you can fudge your ideology as much as you need to. And this goes with religion as well. People will often fudge the requirements of their religion in order to belong to a tribe. That's why you have like organizations that are pro-choice Catholics. Like, this is specifically prohibited. Like, this political position is in complete odds with the stated positions of the Catholic Church. How can you do that? Well, we need to belong to our political tribe, so we're just going to fudge. We're still going to try to include our religious tribe, but we're just going to kind of fudge the necessities of that in order to belong to the tribes that we think are necessary. In order to keep people in the Catholic tribe involved in the liberal tribe, we're just going to fudge the teachings. We're going to fudge the requirements there. That's a really common one as well. So the environmentalism stuff, which I think there's a lot of religious sentiment involved with environmentalism. I've been talking about it for a long time. That just gets fudged because Elon Musk bad, Rocket Man bad, electric car man bad, Trump Tower man bad, Tulsi Gabbard is bad, right? Everyone is bad. Everyone involved with Trump is bad. They're part of the bad tribe. They're the evil bad tribe of bad people. And so anything that you can do against them is justified. This is why there's been multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump. It's because the people that are in the good tribe believe that anything that they do against the bad tribe is fully and completely morally justified. Whereas other people are like, well, I thought we were doing this whole having a republic thing and voting. It's like, no, this is warfare. So there's a problem that's going on here, which is that one side is now believes that they're involved in an existential struggle. This has happened since 2016. They've been brainwashed to think this. And I don't just throw that term out there. These people are actually out of control of their own minds. They aren't thinking logically, because it wouldn't make any sense. If they were thinking logically, the ideology would be superior to the political thing. It's like, okay, well, it looks like the people who ideologically believe with me and are furthering my goals are in the government, so that should be good, right? It's like, no, because they're involved with bad Orange Man, so now Rocket Man bad, right? They're just executing programming in a lot of cases. They've been programmed to do this. It's like weapons grade. I think Scott Adams called it weapons grade. It's like, the right uses consumer grade mind control, but like the left uses weapons grade. Like, it's powerful. So that's what's going on with that. The tribe is always going to be more important. And this is going to have big reverberating effects in a multicultural society. We're multicultural, therefore we're multi-tribal. You're going to import tribal conflicts from outside of the United States. Why is there so much conflict over Palestine and Israel? They're foreign areas in foreign land, and yet we have people really, really, really serious about both of them and caring a whole lot about them, and people in our government caring a whole lot about them too, which makes other people get sucked into the conflict. Why does this tribal conflict matter? Well, it matters because we've imported those tribes here, and we've imported people who identify with one tribe or the other here. There's an organization which is very powerful on this website, which you would not know from its name is associated with a single tribe, but it is. Some people call it the tribe. And it started to defend someone from that tribe. Its beginnings are tribal. It's a tribal organization. Most of these organizations are tribal, and they're going to act in a tribal way. It doesn't really matter about the ideology that's behind it. The ideology will always be subservient to the tribe. And so you just have to kind of remember that as you go along, is that it's pretty rare that somebody is going to say, act against the interests of their ethnicity in the interests of an abstract ideology or even a religion. Chances are they're going to side with their own ethnicity. This has just been the case when dealing with humans for probably all of human history. And I think it's very difficult to try to undo any of that. In order to get rid of somebody's ethnic identity, you have to give them a different and superior identity. So they have to have a religious identity that is absolutely superior to their ethnic identity. They need to have a new national identity, which is absolutely superior to their inferior ethnic identity. Most white Americans, this is how it is. They're like, I'm an American, and yeah, I'm Italian, right? But like, if it was like, okay, Italy is now going to go to war with Austria or something, right? You wouldn't go, well, I got to go fight for Italy. You'd be like, okay, I guess I want Italy to win, right? But I'm not doing anything about it because I'm an American, right? I happen to be from Italian descent. Like, the tribal conflict far away is like, I guess I pick my people, right? But you really have to have an identity that's going to be superior to that, right? It's very difficult to do. Maybe even in Rome, you couldn't really fully do this. Even when you have something like the United Kingdom, you have a politically unified set of multiple ethnicities that those ethnic identities haven't really gone away. And so I think you're kind of wishing You're throwing coins in the wishing well if you think you're going to erase tribal identities entirely. The question is what to do about them. So like I said, the only thing is you have to make it so you can't impose your ideas on someone else, or there's a superior identity that's above it. And I think what we're seeing now with the political warfare is there is an identity which is definitely superior to the American Republic, and that is being a Democrat at this point. You are liberal or you are Democrat first, and then you're all those other identities second, and all the ideologies are below it too. Environmentalism, justice, whatever stuff you have. If the Republicans were suddenly for social justice, you'd find that none of the Democrats would be, because that's the evil tribe of evil. The evil tribe of evil will always do evil things, and everything they do must be evil. So we must attack them along every vector that's possible too. So anyway, that's what I thought I'd talk about. Don't forget to grab my book. I know this is a political one. These are not always super popular, but this happens with the right too. There's plenty of people who are just against people on the left for any reason. Elon Musk was maybe a bad guy 5, 6, 7 years ago because he was on the left. He had to be an evil billionaire doing evil things for the left and scamming us with electric vehicles, and then it switches. Well, now he's pretty cool, and now I like to buy a Tesla. This stuff actually does happen with the right as well. I don't want to just paint the brush with the left. It's just right now you're seeing the violence coming from the left simply for tribal reasons, because there's a tribal identity that's superior to American identity or ideology of environmentalism or ideology of property rights, that someone should just have a right to own their property and then you have no right to destroy it. Of course, that right to own your property is inferior to the much more important thing, which is you're part of bad tribe, and bad tribe is bad and you are bad, and so destroying your property is good, right? It's just it's a very animalistic way of thinking of it. And in order for civilization to exist, we have to be able to find ways to mute those things. That's the whole point of the Republic, is to try to dissolve some of that power, to dilute it so that it's less powerful and has less ability to destroy us, So anyway, leave me your thoughts down below. I'm always happy to read them, even if I don't respond to every comment. So leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll check you all next time. Have a great one.